Therein lies the mystery behind the busyness of men. They were programmed to be that busy because you never have time for God. When you are busy, it takes time. Are we together now? Yes, sir. So, please come, my brother. Come, my dear. Come stand here, please. Both of you. Satan knows that provided this man can have time, he can get resources in that time and spend the time building his wife, building the ministry. He knows that if this man is a pastor and his dear wife, if this man has time and stays with God, the one that this man will become, he will transform a generation. So what Satan will do is he will check in the archives of men, what is the one thing that men can give their time for. And he found out in his research that money is the one thing that men can. Goodness. He found out that men can be careless over their health and ignore it. Men can even be careless over their children. But he found out that every time money shows up, men are willing to give time to get it. And he said, that's it. I will make sure they continue to look for this money and never find it. Because if I keep it away from them, then they can use their time to look for it. And every time they want to be discouraged, I will make them to touch it a little so that they continue. It's like a bait. Kingdom Wealth Summit. Time. So the moment you get a job, your salary is 100,000. You are about to say, thank you, Jesus. Satan does something to the economy. Everything increases except your salary. And now you have to give more time to get more money. And you say, my wife, sorry, you are only going to see me by 9 or 10 in the night. And then you will not see, and when I come, just serve my food and go to bed. You do that for 5 years, your relationship is being destroyed. Your children do not know you again. They sleep when you arrive and they are off to school when you are awake. Do that in 10 years. Their only mentor becomes their teachers. While he's doing that, he will program a man who does not know God to be the primary voice in the life of your child. While all of this is happening, in 10 years your world is destroyed. As a man of God, Satan knows that you need resources to do a lot of things. So he will make sure the time you should spend building, you are using that time to scheme out ways of raising money. How do I raise this offering? How do I do this? How do I do that? Then on top of that, he will make sure something happens in your immediate family that will take away your prayer time. It's not a battle of money. It is a battle of time. What Satan is looking for is not your bank account. Give him your ATM, he will throw it back at your face. He doesn't need it. What Satan needs is time. Everybody please say time. Time. When he met the disciples, Jesus now, he said, follow me and I will make you. Is that correct? They left what they were doing with their time and they started following Jesus. Now when they felt frustrated because Jesus said, I'm now going, and they said, what is the justification for our time? We gave you our time. Now you have troubled the Roman government and there is nothing for us to go back to our families with. And he said, verily, verily, I say unto you, there is no man, paraphrasing, who gives me time, but in this life he will reap this and that and that and that. It's a battle of time. When a man sees his family only 2 times a year because he gave his time to something, that is not the will of God. But then, because that is the way the economy was manipulated, so Satan uses money. Is it okay if I bring out some money? Look up. Some of you are already awake right now. Money. Now, it doesn't mean you are bad. Tonight's service is a real deliverance service. Look up, please. This thing you see has carried people from one location to the other. What an armed robber could not do to you. Money. You literally follow it to another state. People have followed this into holes to mine gold. People have followed this into the air. People have followed this everywhere. People have lied for this, changed their date of birth for this, rejected their parents for this, denied Jesus for this, turned to become preachers of lies for this, married many women for this, and left the ones they have for this. This has made many people to marry people who are not the will of God. Look up. This has made people to hang themselves on a tree and die. Armed robbers, right now, someone is planning to rob by 12. This is it. The same energy it takes to be hardworking, the same energy it takes to steal. This is what the guy is looking for. He will jump someone's fence because of this. No bank invites you to come to that building just because this is kept there. You leave your house and walk, and the distance is not a problem. The queue is a little issue. An ATM that does not have posters for invitation will force you to visit it every day because this is inside. And you must honor that ATM with the honor you cannot even give God. You stand with absolute respect. When you slot your card, you honor it because it's bringing this out. There are some of you who would have been educated, but this stopped you. Not Satan, this. There are some of you today who would never be in certain predicaments, but this stopped you. There are some of you who are doing 3-4 jobs. Don't feel bad. This is a conference. This is what you are looking for. There are some of you who are in your 20s and 30s, but you look like 50. This made you so. Harmless, has no voice, doesn't speak, doesn't have a chain, but is worse than an armed robber. Doesn't have a chain, yet it can tie you down. A woman you love all your life, it can come between two of you, and as light as it is, it has the power to separate you. If all you think we're talking about is money, you are joking. If all you think we're talking about is real estate and all of this, now those things are wonderful. We have a business session tomorrow. But let me tell you, this is the understanding that must be corrected. It's not called Wealth Summit. It's called Kingdom Wealth Summit. The first word there is kingdom. You must understand the government and the system you are under, and the motivation behind how Satan behaves. I preached the gospel many years ago, signs and wonders, but this was going to take me to the cell. This, because I could not afford to pay the sound people. Where was the power that healed the sick? Couldn't it bring this? How can I finish a crusade and minister to people, and I'm calling upon the name of the Lord and I'm about to be locked? because of this. Listen, if you don't pay attention to what you are learning in this summit, I guarantee you, you will pay the price. It is true. The days that we live in are not days where you just ignore this. No. There are certain truths when you don't know, you will pay for it.